Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Good morning, everyone. We are live from Florida this morning. Yes, I'm not in London. This is not a specter of me at all. I'm here.
He's really here.
With this wonderful lady that 2 years ago, just under, we started working together, and we'd never met until now. And look, we're here. We're here. Emotion almost took over. I had to give a speech yesterday to Woman on the Move, which is part of a black magazine called Onyx magazine event in Florida. And I started getting emotional because I'm telling all the different things that are happening right now. Then I tell the story about 2 years on. I'm meeting Jacalyn at long last, and about 200 people all went, ah. And Jacalyn stood up and she waved, and there was a cheer, and I talked about her birthday and everything, and it's marvelous. You know, Florida to me is one of the most prime states in America, first of all. And I think the sunshine is incredible right now. It's 80 degrees as we speak. It's going up to 85. I feel like a meteorologist now. I can do weather. I can do travel. I can do anything, you know, because this is a live show, and this lady can't control me anymore.
He's sick of me already. It's only been 24 hours ready to get rid of me. I have to say he's much more handsome in person, girls, just so you know. He looks much younger too.
That's why I told Jacalyn, don't wear your glasses. You know, the cracks start to show. I think we're talks with Richard Black, who is the owner of Onyx magazine in Florida, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we may be creating another opportunity for Jacalyn and USA Global TV. Another opportunity for me to fly back over again. Yeehaw! You know, and this is going to be the part of the future for me, where every month I might come over for a week and do my utmost to cause havoc.
I'm going to try to be away that week. I'm going to go to London.
Yeah, as far away as possible. Yeah, I want to create havoc, intrigue. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But the reality, I joke, the reality for me, what's in my heart, is to really work with the black community, women of color as well, highlight the values that they have, and really highlight the values of Onyx magazine at the same time, and Rich Black. He's done the most amazing job. You know, 8 years, and he's got scholarships for over 5,000 young people at that time. So for me, that is a tremendous honor just to be working with him. It's an even bigger honor to be sat next to this young lady after all this. I can't believe this.
I can't believe it either. And it's going to be ending today when I leave.
It's going to be ended, but I will be back again soon. I've already had it written into my contract. A limousine from the airport. Swish hotel like we're in today. Oh, this is going to be fun.
But we do want to say hello to Helena. Helena Shard. Hi, Helena. We miss you.
We do indeed. And it is, and I mean it seriously. And can I say, Helena, I left you a message because you didn't pick up just now. So if someone is listening in London, could you just nudge them, please, and tell her to answer my phone call? Not at the moment, because this is live, but I'm trying to get hold of her as well.
Let's tell them about the event.
Yes. So the event, you see, always a broadcaster, always a professional. So the event was over 2 days. I would guess 300 to 400 women of real distinction who have done tremendous work in their businesses came together over a 2-day event. From London, we had Mercy Gilbert as well, international entrepreneur, and another lady who was the American winner, and she's almost a billionaire now from such a humble start. So when you hear shows like this, it's incredible. When I talk to people like this young lady, it's incredible. It really is, because I know how hard she's had to work. I know how hard Jacalyn has had to work in the past couple of years. And so when I see that determination of actually wanting to succeed, the American dream, as I would call it, then it's fabulous actually to be able to sort of be alongside and just give any support that I can at the same time. So over the 2 days, they were giving awards to some of the most influential, powerful black women, especially in Florida, for their business sense, their credibility, their vision, and really their tenacity to win through at any time, even going through adversities to be able to do it. And I think, for me, what's not to like about something like that? Rich Black himself, incredible person, full of life. I think he's got a bigger ego than me. I don't know, but
Well, I don't know about that.
no, I don't know. No,
He's helped so many people, though. He really
has helped so many people.
By the way, I want to say hello to our friend D. Scott Smith. Good morning from Independence, Oregon. Nice to have you with us. Fantastic.
So,
I just want to let people know how you and I actually met. Ian found me. What I want people to realize is that somebody's always watching us. Somebody's always watching where we are, what we're doing. And you were watching from the distance 2 years ago and contacted me. And what were your thoughts at the time?
I thought, who's this glamorous blonde?
You never told me that.
Sorry, it was a man thing to start off with.
Okay.
And then I looked at the professionalism.
Okay, the professional came next. Okay.
And I thought, you know what, I could work with this young lady. Because what you have is the vision and the chutzpah, but the actual action plan to actually get things done as well.
You're saying I'm a buster, pretty much, right?
Well, I wouldn't use that on a live show, but
I just did.
but I think it's important that women like yourself should be respected first of all. You've come from one environment into probably what I would say the fire of hell.
The trenches.
Welcome to television. The fire of hell. You go 1 foot wrong in the wrong place and you burn. This lady hasn't burnt. She has thrived over the past couple of years. This channel now is incredible. I'm so proud of her. At the same time, over 30 shows a week now. That is a lot of shows to do.
Guess what? For this one, we're sitting down. I'm actually not standing like I stand for all my shows. I'm sitting.
So this whole thing has worked very, very well. And I think, we're hoping that we can create new opportunity with our next magazine. The chances are then Rich is talking about what he's been doing at the moment, perhaps getting some of the programming that we are talking about together and sending out across the world on his platforms as well. That could be millions of new viewers as well. So the credibility is built upon success and determination. And that's what USA Global TV has. And this is what really is the global award that Jacalyn should receive now because of the work that she does.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I have to say that Mr. Pelham Turner is a celebrity here, and people have been lining up for his autographs, even at the event here in the hotel, in the restaurant. Everybody just is in complete awe of him.
I mean, I was having to give out dollars so that people did it. Just build the brand. I always remember a very quick story that I worked with Larry Hagman.
Oh, I love him.
On
I Dream of Jeannie.
no, Southport. What was Southport? I forget the name of the show from it. Anyway, but it was when JR was killed, or thought who shot JR. And I worked with Hagman, and he was such a gentleman, first of all. He was the biggest laugh you could ever possibly imagine. And he would never do signatures because he was absolutely crowded out. Everybody wanted to know who had shot him. He didn't even know himself. He hadn't seen the script yet. Who had shot him? But he had dollar bills made up with his face on them.
Oh, he did?
And I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to do the same thing. If I can attract an audience by handing out a dollar bill, this could be a very good way of.
We even start a business helping other people do it as well. We wouldn't even need currency anymore. We could just use fake bills.
Absolutely.
So, do you think you and I could do a morning show? What do you think that would be like?
so now there's a question to be asked on there. Yes, of course we could. We can do any show together because we really have the heart for it. We really have the knowledge for it. We have the capacity for it, and we want to work together. And I think the combination, along with Helena as well, bless her heart. I wish she was here at the moment to actually experience it as well. But I'm working on it, Helena.
He's always working on something.
Yeah, I'm working on it, bringing her over as well. I think the opportunities that you're creating now and the new things that we've been talking about for the future is the way forward in television. We are now, and I say the royal we, because you are my queen. The reality is that nowadays, digital television is such a medium that it can be done. And if you've got I was going to say a rude word then. If you've got the heart for it, you can win, and you have the heart for it, Andreas.
Thank you. What do you think it is that differentiates people who have a podcast platform or live streaming broadcast? Because there's millions of people who are doing podcasts.
I think it's I mean, dare I say it? I've just sent a note off to this morning. It's the people who are involved now. The brands that we have built up singularly and then bring them together is probably the most important thing of the lot. I work with yourself, and I was talking to the business community over the past couple of days about you and about the channel. I started working a bit more work with NBC, which is quite nice. And I think so. What I hope I bring is inspiration. Don't think for 1 second. I know I joke about things, but in reality, all I see myself is just someone who I hope will create inspiration for people. I've been tremendously lucky, in doing the things that I do. Do I see myself as intelligent? No. Do I see? I just think I'm some very lucky Joe that managed to fall on his feet, whatever the occasion.
You're really about giving the invisible people a voice.
Yeah.
Right?
You see, this soundbite here, very good. No, I do the soundbites.
Do you want to tell them about the King's Coronation?
Oh, the King's Coronation. People say that the television is very glamorous. No. Helen and I last week were asked by NBC to do a piece on coronation history. and it was to do with the chair that King Charles will sit in that is 700 years old. So I hope there's no woodworm, because this could be a catastrophe. This could be
The rise and fall.
this could be the blooper of all times if anything goes wrong with this chair. I'm assured it won't. And we get a call from NBC to say, can you come and do a piece on it? Yes, of course. We'll help you out. We'll come and do a piece on it. So that was on the Saturday. The Monday, we woke up and it was like hell had frozen over. It was cold. It was someone had turned the shower on full tilt, and so we're sat outside Westminster Abbey where the coronation is going to be. It is pouring with rain, and even worse is that the interviewer, the presenter from Miami, might I say as well, was talking to me, and I couldn't hear a word she was saying because they were ringing the bells. It was like Quasimodo. I had this vision of Quasimodo going up and down the bell rope, out because these bells were going furiously up Westminster Abbey. So whether they were testing the bells or not. So we finally managed to sort of do this thing, and we were absolutely drenched.
The show has to go on, right?
The show has to go on. When you're live, you just have to sort of, just grin and bear it. So, the coronation is on May the 6th, or the 5th, or the 6th, I always forget. It's a 3-day event. And it's going to be an event that we will talk about. I can come to London. Come to London. You see, this is worth one night. You could come for 7 nights. Come to London. Yeah, we could do the shows from London as well. I'm talking about the coronation. And I think the reality. I'm getting emotional now. I've got a dry throat.
I do that to people.
Yeah. I think the reality is, the coronation is going to be superb. It's a 3-day event. The first day is obviously the coronation itself. Then the next 2 days are spectaculars that will be happening. I'll be doing my own dance in Buckingham Palace now. Not since I got arrested last time. No.
What will you be doing in terms of coverage? Do you know?
Yeah, I know NBC have asked us to work. I'm going to do. I don't even want to think about it right now. I work for a big Sky channel as well, and I had to be an anchor on the funeral, the Queen's funeral, and that was 6 hours 40 minutes. And in the end, you can't go off set.
You don't get a break during that time, right?
Well, fortunately, there was a transmission break about 4 hours in, and we all ran to the restrooms. Had a comfort break. But the funniest part of the whole show was that these hands would come up under the table, giving us orange juice and chocolate biscuits just to keep us going, just to make sure
just under the table.
Yeah, that we didn't faint.
So you're not allowed to take a break.
You can't because it's literally it's live for 6 hours 40 minutes. Now the coronation. I'm already sort of building myself up for the coronation. The coronation, I'll be on set 4 hours 40 minutes.
Are there any diaper sponsors? Just an idea. I don't know. Throwing it out there.
I think well, hopefully there might just be another transmission break, not in a moment of real.
Well, so for people who don't know what goes on behind the scenes, so you'll be there representing NBC, and then you'll have a headset, you'll get a feed in your ear.
Yeah. Well, this one is not NBC, although NBC have said, "What are we doing as well?" And I'm thinking, well, with Helen, I feel like I could cut myself in half. No, this is for the Sky Channel. So in the end, when we did the funeral, we had 2.3 billion audience. Several other stations were taking our feed because we were doing an upbeat version of the funeral, whereas a lot of others were so somber. I'm glad we did because Chewy, I should laugh, but after a while, when you're working in television, and you're doing 12 days of what's going to happen at the funeral, you start feeling like a funeral director yourself. You know, you're dressed in all in black. I'm doing TV shows in Australia, America, what have you, at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I had bloodshot eyes by then, and I felt like Count Dracula. I had these bloodshot eyes, this whole somber situation, and I felt in the end, the Queen wouldn't have wanted this. The Queen would want people like myself, I hope, to highlight her life, highlight her achievements, but still put a smile on people's faces. So in the end, I stopped really talking about the somber side of the funeral. I started talking about the funny stories that I know about the Queen, the things that have happened to me and have happened to others over a period of time. And I felt that was such a much more poignant situation. And when I was starting to talk to broadcasters, I was saying, hey guys, rather than just being somber, because these guys were feeling just as morose as I was. I mean, we were all starting to get getting really feeling down with all this pressure and talking about, death and destruction and the whole bit. And so, I would say to them, look, why don't we do some funnies? Yeah, we'll do some funnies. And you can see the whole mood lift at 2 o'clock in the morning in a park, where the studio, it's freezing cold, and this rain is coming through the canopy, we're all just about to get electrocuted.
And tell our audience, how long have you been covering the British royal family?
Oh, a long time. This is my 57th year. As a journalist. I know, yes, I'm actually a hologram.
He's not even here. Look.
I'm not here. I'm in an old people's. No, I'm not.
I'm not there with you. Stop.
57 years now. I've been. I was very, very, very lucky. I worked with 5 generations of the royal family as a commissioned royal photographer. And my first ever shoot with the royal photographer was when I was 16 years of age. And it was with Princess Margaret and Lord Snowdon. They came to my hometown to open a bridge. And I just started working as an apprentice for the local newspaper. And I got to where the venue was, and I'd got there late, and there was about 10,000 people, and I couldn't get through the crowd, and I thought, I'm going to miss Princess Margaret and Lord Snowdon. And just behind where we were is a castle and a castle wall, so I ran up the steps and did a high shot of Princess Margaret being surrounded by the crowd and the Lord Mayor of Rochester greeting her, and the newspaper used it as the whole of the front page. And the Lord Mayor liked the picture so much, he had it turned into a 12-foot oil painting that still stands in the guild.
Amazing.
I know.
You were 16.
I was 16.
How did you get an opportunity like that at that age?
To tell the full story, it was the tenacity of my mother. I wanted to get into photography, and the week that I got all my education examinations was the week that the local paper advertised for a trainee photojournalist. And I said to my father, well, I'd like to go for that. He said, no. He said, yeah, you're either going into the civil service, you're going into something sensible. And he was probably quite right. But although I think that could be sensible. But my mother went behind my father's back and rang up the editor of the paper and found out that it was a 5-year course, but it was a proper apprenticeship. And at the end of it, if I survived the 5 years, I came away with an examination. So I have NCTJ diplomas after my name, which I never use these days. But it's a British qualification of excellence for journalism, and it was before really degree courses in journalism were even thought about in Britain. So that's how I first started, and as I say, I learnt on that day 2 things. A, always keep your lucky rabbit's foot very close to you, and B, get there on time or beforehand so you don't face the same things again. And as I say, I've just been very lucky. I've been very lucky in my life, and I've been lucky to work with you. I've been extremely lucky to work with Helena as well, and we have a robust conversation. Let's just put it that way. Sometimes on,
I know. I love that when you and Helena go back and forth.
we have this robust, but in reality, we have each other's backs. She is the ultimate professional, and I swear to goodness, she will always pick me up even on the minutiae of a detail, if I got it wrong. So,
what do you think it takes for two people to be able to work together broadcasting for so many years and have differences of opinion, but still be effective in their role?
All this really started, the banter side of this was we were working for another Sky channel, and one night, Helena, we were on set, and this is live, and I was sort of saying something, and Helena was shaking her head, and we had this robust discussion, as I call them, and the producer afterwards said, "Hey guys, can you do this every week?" The ratings went up. Everybody was watching the two of us arguing. So that's life.
Yeah, that's cool. That's neat. So I'm hoping that people who are watching or listening can actually hear us, because it's getting a little bit louder here. But we're actually here waiting for someone. We have this meeting that we're hoping to bring to a close.
We're hoping that this wonderful gentleman who is going to pay us some money.
You said the wrong word.
Oh, I jest. We want to work with real people, real businesses, real women, real success stories. And he has already created this magazine, Onyx Magazine, for 8 years now. That absolutely is the epitome of what we want to do in television. So we want to bring his magazine live on television as well. So we're hoping that the breakfast comes soon, because my stomach is now rumbling.
Well, we can always take a break and come back later.
Absolutely.
All right.
Shall we do that?
We're going to take a break. So thanks to all of you who are watching live or listening. We really do appreciate you. And we're going to get something to eat, and then we'll be back. Bye for now.